And this is the second lecture in which after drift velocity we are going to study about mobility. A very small article is this: mobility. And mobility of electron, you can say, like drift velocity of electrons in a conductor. You have to study now mobility of electrons. It is denoted by mu. Mu, as you know, mu, you have to learn this thing in class 10th for refractive index, but here this sign shows the mobility of charge carrier, or you can say mobility of electron. Mobility of electron. What is this? The magnitude of drift velocity of charge. The magnitude of drift velocity. The magnitude of drift velocity of charge per unit of charge per unit electric field. You know, it is the ratio of drift velocity to the electric field. Electric field. Okay. Mathematically, it can be written as this way you can the general formula for calculating mu. If in terms of relaxation time, you also write this. You can also write this Vd. You know the formula for calculating Vd minus EE tau upon m. Okay. You can put here the value minus EE tau upon m. And here E is there. Now E to E cancel. And now the left thing is E tau upon m. Now this is the formula for mu in mobility of charge carrier value of electron in terms of relaxation time. Okay, this is the basic formula. This is in terms of relaxation time. If you want to calculate this one in voltage, means potential difference terms, then not in potential term. Okay, because E to E cancel. Okay, only these. There are two formulas you have to remember. These two. This is the mobility of electron. If you want to calculate its SI unit, now SI unit of mobility of electron is what? You know, Vd upon E. Yes, you can calculate this thing also. Vd upon electric field E. Okay, what is the unit of velocity? Meter per second. Electric field. You know, electric field is equal to force per unit charge. There are so many formulas for electric field, but you have to take, while expressing the units and dimension, general formula, or you can say basic formula. Okay. Now electric field basic formula is force upon charge. Okay. Force upon charge. What is the unit of force? Kilogram meter per second square. Okay. Instead of E, you can write force, and the charge unit is second ampere. Okay, ampere second, you can say ampere second. You know the unit of charge by I is equal to I. I unit is ampere, T unit is second. That's why I am writing here ampere second. Now solve it. Second to second cancel, meter to meter cancel, and the left thing is kilogram minus 1 second plus 2, and here ampere. So in this way you can write the of unit of mobility of electron. Now the next topic is relation between current and drift velocity. Now the next topic is relation between current and drift velocity. Very, very important relation. Okay, very, very important relation. Means you have to derive a formula. In that formula, you have to put all these. Okay, there should be I and Vd in the formula. Okay, you have to derive this formula, relation between current and drift velocity. As you know, where the drift velocity of electron in a conductor, you know very well. If a conductor of length L and connected to a battery V, suppose this is the terminal, this is positive terminal, this one is negative, the length is L, area of cross section is A, this one will be positive charged and this one will be negative charge. And you know very well, electron will get drifted towards the free electron, get drifted towards the positive terminal, and this velocity, the average drift velocity of all these free electrons is called drift velocity. Okay. Now this is the situation in which you know very well, this is voltage. Current should be flow from the conductor like this. Now this is current and here velocity is drift. Now both things are in this diagram, I and V. Now you have to calculate the formula in between these, I and Vd. What is I? What is I? Now solution is there. What is I? Q upon T. Q upon T. Okay. I is here, Q upon T is here. Now, what is Q? Q is the total charge. Total charge. And T is the time taken. Time taken. Now, what is the total charge in this conductor? We are calculating total charge now. Okay. What is the value of total charge in this condition? Now let us consider how much size of this conductor is. A is the area, L is the length. Then we can calculate volume. Volume I am denoted by V. From edge, top edge, we have to turn this thing because V is here for voltage and this V is for volume. Now this volume can be taken as by area into product of area and length of this conductor. Now how many electrons are there? Suppose n electrons are present in per unit volume. Suppose n is the number density. What is the meaning of number density? Number density meaning is number of electrons present in, this is not only n, this is n upon V. N upon V. What is the meaning of this? What is the value of volume? Unit. Unit volume is there. Means its length is 1 and area is also 1. Suppose this is a huge conductor. Its volume is very, very high. But you know the number density of there. Means how many electrons present in unit volume. Then you can calculate the number of electrons of this conductor, whole conductor, by multiplying this n with its volume. Means if we are multiplying this n with its volume, means AL, then you can take the total charge. Sorry, total volume. No, total number of electrons. Now, for total charge, how much charge is there? This is only the numbering. How many electrons, but not the charge. For charge, you have to multiply this thing by E, because you know very well, charge on one electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Remember these two things. N is the number density. Number density means number of electrons per unit volume. Suppose this is the volume. A box is here. One unit is its dimensions, length, breadth, and height. Then its volume is unity. And number density means number of electrons present in unit volume. And what is the volume of this conductor? I don't know. Al, its value is this. Now, multiply this N with this Al, then total volume or total number of electrons present in this conductor, we can calculate by this thing, NaL. But how much charge on that conductor due to these number of charge carrier or electrons? Then you have to multiply this thing, this number into E by quantization of charge, you can say also. Quantization of charge, Ne. Total number of electron, NaL, multiply with charge on electron. In this way, total charge on the conductor we can calculate. Now, this is the value of Q. Now, what is T? T is time period. Now, we know that velocity, drift velocity, length of conductor, distance is, how much distance is there? For electron, move from this end to this end, this is L. And what is the time taken by these electrons from there to there? T. Means velocity is equal to distance upon time. Okay. Now, from there, what is T? L upon Vd. Now, two values are there, one of Q, another of T. Q and T. Okay. Now, put this Q and T value in the first equation. I equal to Q by T. Put the value of Q, NeAl upon, what is the value of T? L upon Vd. L upon Vd. Now solve it. NeAl upon L, this Vd will come at the numerator portion. Now L to L cancel, and the left thing is, remaining thing is NeAVd is equal to I. This is the required relation. Means in this relation you can see I is present here and Vd is also here. Okay. Now this is the relation between I and Vd. This topic is very, very important for you in terms of CBSE, you can say exam. Okay, CBSE exam, or this formula based numerical will also be there. Okay. Now note it. After this, Ohm's law. Hurry up, note this. Now the next article is Ohm's law. As you know about Ohm's law is the law by which we can study about potential difference with respect to current. Okay, with current. And as current is increases in the circuit, potential difference is also increases. Physical condition in this will remain constant, like temperature, pressure, etc. Okay. Ohm's law. Ohm's law. You know very well. It says that as the current in the circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference across them with physical condition constant. And this thing you can write in this way also: V is equal to IR, or R is equal to V upon I. Okay, this is the relation. Or you can say the ratio of voltage upon current, where what is R? R is the proportionality constant. Proportionality constant. And its SI unit is ohm. And ohm can be written by two ways, OHM or this symbol. Now what is R? R can be defined as ratio of. R is ratio of voltage to the current in the circuit. One thing. Second thing, R is constant for a circuit. Keep this thing in your mind. If you have a circuit and the current and voltage is there, if you are increasing the current, then voltage is also increases in this way that the ratio of voltage and current is always constant. No doubt is here. If you are applying another wire here, another resistance, another appellance there in the circuit, connected in the circuit, then the resistance will change. Otherwise, no effect on the resistance. Okay, if you are increasing or decreasing voltage and current in the circuit, then the ratio of these V upon I is always constant. Remember this thing. I am telling you this thing again and again because there are so many students who have doubt in this. What is resistance? How? This is also the formula for calculating resistance. Okay. Now what happens if voltage is increases? Then some students will give the answer in that case, resistance is also increases. No. For a circuit, if there is only a circuit, in this only V and I are present here and no disturbance for resistance, means no appellance is connected, no other appellance is connected here, and no wire is there, another wire is there in connections. Okay, we are taking then R is constant. Because in standard 10th, you had studied R is equal to rho L upon A. Resistance is a factor. Resistance is a factor. Now let us study about this thing by this formula. Resistance is a factor for opposition which oppose current in the wire. Okay. You know, in a conductor, current can flow. In a conductor can flow. And opposition offered by the conductor for current. This property. Okay. Factor, instead of factor, you have to write here property. Resistance, the property of a PROPRER property of conductor, we can say. in which current has barrier. Okay, there are difficulties for current by which it cannot be flow in the conductor. Okay. Now, what is the reason for that? Reason is what? Because in a conductor, you know very well, there are so many free electrons. After applying the electric field or voltage, after giving the electric field or voltage, what is the condition in this? All these electrons are moved towards positive terminal of the conductor. Okay. And whenever they move towards the positive terminal, they have collision. They have collision. Due to this thing, there will be a opposition for current. Due to this thing. Okay, this is also the reason for resistance. Now, what is rho here? Rho is resistivity. Resistivity. Or we can say specific resistance. Specific resistance. Now, what is this? This is also one kind of resistance. But here something is different for resistance. Suppose this is a rod. This is a rod. A is its area of cross section and L is its length. So, now, if anything has length, anything has area, means anything has size, then it will have resistance. It will have resistance. But resistance not depends only L upon A ratio. One thing is also here, resistivity. Resistivity is what? Nature of material. Nature of material. It depends on nature of material. Material. And this thing can be, this thing has unit, SI unit, rho is ohm meter. Ohm meter. Can you drive this thing? Rho is equal to by cross multiply R A upon L. A is what? Area. R is equal to, or if we are taking these unit resistance ohm, area meter square, and L is meter. Now only unit is remaining for resistivity is ohm meter. Now what is the meaning of ohm meter? Ohm is the resistance and M is the meter. So resistivity, you can take in this way, resistance of wire. Resistivity is resistance of wire of unit length and unit area. Okay, unit length and unit area. If we are ignoring the length and area of this conductor, if we are taking only the value of resistance for one length or unit length or 1 meter square means unit area, then the resistance of this conductor is called resistivity. Means resistivity also the one kind of resistance, but for unit length and unit area. Okay. Any doubt, any problem in this? Okay. Now, we are talking about Ohm's law. R is equal to V upon I is there. Now, there are two graphs for this. VI and another is IV graph. If two things, two quantities are directly proportional to each other, then no problem is here. I is directly proportional to V or V is directly proportional to I. The graph in between V and I and V in both the cases will be straight inclined line. Will be straight inclined line. Okay. Now the another thing is this. Suppose you have a wire A. Okay. In VI graph, this A is the resistance and this is the graph for that. Suppose another wire is B, but the graph for this is red line. Okay. Here you can also take B in this way. Now, my question is this. In AB, which one is greater? Resistance A or resistance B? In VI graph. And now my question is also here. In IV graph, which value is greater? And B. For this, you have to know about slope. Slope. In first case, we are taking slope of VI graph. Slope of VI graph. You know very well, slope of VI graph, A has greater angle as compared to B. You can see here, A has greater angle as compared to B in VI graph. If we are talking about slope of VI graph, then it means V upon I is the ratio, perpendicular upon base. As the perpendicular, voltage is there, at the base, current is there. That's why we can take the ratio VI. But in this case, slope of IV graph we should have to take the ratio V because I is perpendicular here and V is base. So in this way, I upon ratio is the slope of I graph, V upon I is the slope of V graph. And what is V upon I? R. But what I upon V? 1 upon R. Okay? Means this is the resistance, this is reciprocal of resistance. Now, slope of VI graph, other method, slope of any graph if we are taking, then it can be taken by tangent theta. Now comparing these two things, V graph slope is resistance, VI graph slope is tangent theta. And in this diagram, in first case, or this is second case, in first case, VI graph is there and tangent theta is greater for A. A tangent theta. For A, tangent theta value is greater than for B tangent theta. Okay, you can see this thing. If tangent theta is greater than B of A, then the resistance of A means A is greater than B. But in this, reverse is there. Because this is IV graph, this is the reciprocal of resistance, and we know that slope of IV is tangent theta. Tangent theta you have to take in both the cases, but this is IV, this is VI, this is IV. IV means I upon V, 1 upon R. So in this case, if tangent theta is greater of A is greater than tangent theta of B. Okay. Now, if tangent theta of A is greater means 1 upon R. Yes, 1 upon A is greater than 1 upon B. Now, inequality, if we are reciprocal, inverse of this thing, then this is S. Now resistance of A will be less than resistance of B. Way you can determine the resistance, value of resistance. Now another question is this: deduce Ohm's law. You have current and drift velocity relation, mobility of electron. Now, by the use of these relations, how can you deduce Ohm's law? Deduction of Ohm's law is the name of article. Deduction of Ohm's law. Deduction of Ohm's law. You know what is Ohm's law? V is equal to IR. Now you have to prove this thing. And you can take drift velocity relation and any other relation, okay? Any other previous relation, 2 or 3 relation you have. You know that Vd is equal to E tau upon M, okay? There is no need to take the negative sign because negative sign is the charge on electron, okay? Shows only charge on electron. Now, what is the value of E here? E is equal to gradient of potential. We can take V upon L here. Instead of capital E, E is electric field. Okay. Now, what is the value of I? This is value of Vd. I NEA Vd. Okay. Now, what is the value of Vd from there? Vd can be written as I upon NEA. Now put this value in this relation, equation 1. Now I upon NEA is equal to EV tau upon ML. Okay. Now solve it by cross multiply. EV tau upon ML, okay, I, we can write here I, okay, yes, or no, yes, if we are writing I here and V, EVT, this, okay, and EA here. In this way, you can write this thing E, not V, tau and EA is equal to V. In this way, we can write this thing. Okay? Yes or no? V is voltage here, I is current, and all these terms by cross multiplication, you can see here, this is not E, E into E, V square you can take. Now all these things are constant and called resistance R. So in this way, you can write here V is equal to I. Okay, this is the direction of Ohm's law. Now this is the query session for you. Students, if you have any doubt, any problem in this, in these derivations, you can ask. Hurry up, come forward. Raise your hand. Yes, Yakriti. Open